So here are our 1/4-inch pieces of pork ribs and the shrimp. Let's add those to our bowl. Remember, the small shrimp don't need to be cut before you put them in the food processor because they're small enough. But cutting the large shrimp will help them grind up quicker when you add them to the food processor. So just cutting them in half is a good idea. All right. Now, so we can mix these together. The reason that shumai is so tender is because when the Chinese make it, they add a little bit more lard to the recipe, or fat, and we wondered what to do but without adding more fat. We wanted the flavor, we wanted everything to hold together, so we discovered that gelatin serves the same purpose. And so what we do is just dissolve a little gelatin. That's why I did that ahead of time. Dissolve it in some soy. So I've done that, and I've just added it to the soy sauce here that we need to add into our mixture. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to our meat filling, and that will give it not only flavor but tenderness and lusciousness that you are used to getting out of Asian dumplings. All right, so we mix that in, and then we have a few other flavors that we want to add to up the intensity and the deliciousness. So this has salty, tart, sweet, crunchy flavors in it, and the crunch comes from the water chestnuts, which were in a can, and then I've minced them. So go ahead and add those. And we want a tablespoon of minced cilantro. So I cut it up earlier. I'm going to add that. Go ahead and put that in. Gives a nice aroma as well, and a beautiful color counterpoint. You get these dumplings at dim sum restaurants. You also get them when you order Chinese takeout, and these particular ones are steamed. All right, so we have our mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms, which we reconstituted. Let's go ahead and add those. Once those are in, we can go ahead and add our other flavorings. So, what do we have? We've got some ground up ginger. You can grate it as well, and we'll talk a little bit more about ginger later on. Smells so good. And then we have a little bit of salt. Some Chinese rice wine, some rice wine vinegar, some sesame oil, and I love the flavor of that. That evokes Asian food right away. Give that a good stir. Now, people sometimes ask if they can use a low sodium soy sauce in this recipe, and I say no, because really the only salt there is in the soy in which you dissolved the gelatin, and that is something you need. So if you use a reduced sodium, that wouldn't give you enough seasoning. So I would say use a regular soy sauce. All right, and then our last ingredient here is cornstarch. We use cornstarch again as a binder, so it binds everything, holds everything together. And remember, we don't want this filling to get liquidy because it's going to go inside a wrapper, and you don't want it to make the wrapper soggy. Now, people say this is a recipe that's complicated. Sure it is, and it takes time to assemble. So you'll see when we assemble the pot stickers in the wrappers that it does take time, but it's pretty simple. It's a lot of fun. I would say don't make it the day you have a party. You want to have time to make bloopers and so on, and also to have it ready. So it's easily made. You can make the filling up to 24 hours before, and then fill the dumplings when you're ready to serve. But you can also make and shape the dumplings ahead of time, and then set them on a parchment lined baking sheet and freeze them take them out when they're frozen, put them in a plastic Ziploc bag or in a box, and keep them for up to 3 months. And these dumplings typically steam for 8 to 10 minutes. If they're frozen, you can just pull them out. You don't need to thaw them. Stick them in a steamer and steam them. Just add 3 minutes or so to the steaming time. And that's about it. So they're easily made ahead of time. You can have the chili sauce on hand, and that lasts for up to 2 weeks. So you can plan and prepare to make these dumplings for a party ahead of time. You can also make the filling and then have kids, grandkids, friends assemble the dumplings when they arrive for the party. And that's a lot of fun too. All right, so here we have all our ingredients mixed together, and we're going to go ahead and chill this. And I have some that I made ahead of time. We're going to go ahead and fill those.